If anyone turned around and said we should hire white people only, it would be a national scandal and the police would be involved. Yet our main institutions are now openly discriminating against white British people, and it barely makes the news. It certainly doesn't seem to get much coverage by the mainstream media. Employers are told to offer jobs to non-whites or black people first, and yet, apart from a bit of outcry on social media, no one pays any attention to this racist discrimination. This is because anti-white racism has become acceptable and the government is totally fine with it. This is what happens when you live in a society where you are told white people, especially white men, are uniquely evil. A society where only white people can be racist. We are now in the bizarre position of being in a majority white British country where a minority of self-loathing activists are openly discriminating against that majority because they happen to have white skin. One of our main institutions, the NHS, are now being told they must provide justification for hiring a white person instead of an ethnic minority. This madness is institutional taxpayer-funded racism. The taxes we pay with our hard-earned money are now being used to pay huge salaries for so-called diversity and inclusion officers. The NHS is paying anti-British far-left activists to spread their hatred throughout the health service. Imagine if the NHS was paying huge wages to neo-Nazis to make sure they only employed white people. Imagine if it came out in the news that they had to justify hiring non-white people. There would be no media silence on that, let me assure you. That would be rightly called racism, but the other way around, it's simply passed off as diversity and inclusion. This country is suicidal. As a consequence, white people, especially middle-class white men, are in danger of becoming second-class citizens in Britain. In fact, that is the aim. That's exactly what they want. What did we think would happen when we let activists infiltrate all our institutions? These people are motivated by pure hatred of all things British and Western. They feel they need all things British to be gotten out of the way if they want their revolution to occur. And now they find themselves in positions of power, making the rules and changing the meaning of words. It's even more unbelievable that they are openly tearing our society down and we are just leaving them to it, with plenty of people even getting on board because they have been tricked into thinking it's a good thing. As long as we sit back and do nothing, they will just continue to get bolder and bolder. When will people wake up and realise what is going on? Hiring more non-white British people is not done for the reason people think it's done. It's done because the aim is to actively discriminate against white British people. They are trying to make sure there are fewer white British people in prominent positions of power within society. It really is that simple. Ethnic minorities are being used as a political tool because they are useful. They are useful in the same way a human makes a useful shield to a terrorist. They don't really give a damn about these people. They give a damn about their ideological and political agenda and not much else. People should be employed on merit, not the colour of their skin. Hiring medical professionals based on skin colour first and foremost is absolutely disastrous. God help us when we are operated on by surgeons who are there because of their colour and not their competence. But we are getting what we deserve, in all honesty, because we are letting these activists run amok. We need to put a stop to this madness as quickly as possible because we are literally sitting back and watching our society rot away from within. We'll either allow it or we won't. Sadly, as 2023 looms, I reckon it'll only get worse.